Let me ask you this, because you get this comment a lot when people try to criticize you.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a go-to. It's they're like, "Oh, Vlad's just a culture vulture."
Yeah.
Like, talk to me about people that maybe don't understand what you did before YouTube, and they just think like, "Oh, he's just a YouTuber who makes money off of interviewing people." I don't think they
Mm-hmm.
understand the business side of it. But what is your reaction when people put that label on you? Because I've got the same thing, by the way. So,
I mean, Culture Vulture is the 2023, version of Honky. Is the way I look at it. Anyone white is going to get that, whether they're Eminem, Steve Rifkin, Leroy Cohen, all these, what I consider great, people who happen to be white that have done immense things in the culture.
mhm.
But Lero's called the Culture Vulture. I mean, this guy launched 300. He was the president of Def Jam. He was the first hip hop executive to become the head of a major label. When Def Jam merged with Polygram, he became the president of all that.
Mhm.
And then went to Warner and became the president of all that. And then then started 300, home of Young Thug and all these other kind of major artists. And then now he's the head of global music at YouTube. But yet, the average ignorant person will call him a culture vulture.
Mhm.
I mean, Dame Dash will call him a culture vulture. But if he's a culture vulture and I'm a culture vulture, like, all right, cool. Like, I'm in good company.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, man, I've done a lot of shit, and people are gonna say what they're gonna say. I'm called the police. I'm called the feds. I'm called this and that and the third. And I think the skin color obviously has a role in it. But I mean, it's whatever. The work speaks for itself. The numbers speak for themselves. And I mean, it's very rare. It's funny how you have this like stigma on the internet of like, yo, like everyone hates this guy and this guy's a culture vulture and so forth. But like, it's very rare that I go outside that an African American male doesn't walk up to me and say, "Bro, I really love your shit. Like I've
Mhm.
been watching your shit for years. Can I take a picture with you?" Like I was at the Apple store yesterday. It happened. I was pulling up to a parking lot today. It happened. Like everywhere I go, there's always someone that approaches me and asks for a photo and lets me know that specifically something I did affected them in some type of way in a positive manner. So after 15 years, you really don't give much of a shit.
Yeah, yeah. Do you think it has something to do with the fact that online you have this anonymity that you can kind of say whatever you want and you're not really held accountable, more or less?
Well, I'm definitely held accountable.
Oh, you are for sure, but I'm saying
Yeah.
the people that criticize, it's
Oh,
easy for them to sit back on an
of
anonymous
course.
username and
Of course.
talk shit.
Yeah. I mean, the amount of people with a Nicki Minaj picture that said horrendous things to me is you can't even count them up. But it's easy to say whatever if you have a picture of someone else.
Mm.
Now, I've always said that I felt like every person on social media should have a driver's license or an ID associated with their account, along with their home verified home address, that not which is not visible to the world, but is able to be accessed when they violate some
Hmm.
sort of rule.
Yeah.
The amount of people that say like, "I'm going to kill you, I'm going to kill your family," like all types of really racist, anti-Semitic shit and stuff like that is mind blowing. And then they just go about and make a sandwich afterwards.
Mm.
But if I know this is John Ridley from Michigan, who works at Home Depot, then it's like, all right, well, this is what your employees are saying right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to put you on blast. I mean, I'm gonna repost what it is that you said to me in a DM or in a tweet, and you're gonna go lose your job. I think most people would think twice before some of the stuff they said. And of course, I've put that out there. I actually tweeted this to Elon Musk, and it created like literally thousands of replies.
Mm.
They're like, "Oh, this is not fair. What about the people who are scared of the government, who want to criticize, but might get prosecuted before?" It's like that's a very small percentage compared to the people who just talk shit.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe 1 out of 1,000 actually is trying to do something. You know, that's trying to change the world and is scared for their own safety, as opposed to the person that just wants to call you a bitch
Hmm.
because they didn't like something you tweeted.
Yeah.